Hey, we're here with Red, sword swallower extraordinaire. How you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
How long,
Staying nice and warm down here.
how long you been in the business?
This is my 45th year. Matter of fact, today is my birthday. I'm 60.
Well, happy birthday
Yeah,
to you.
thank you too.
Now, you're a sword swallower. How did
Yeah.
you get in the swing of?
In 1967, I was working on a show down in Louisiana, and during the gypsy wedding, I ran into a gypsy that had a little 5-in-1 grind show, and I got to talk to her and stuff. And after the Mardi Gras, they were going to let me go. And she walked up to me and says, "Red, how would you like to learn how to swallow swords, eat fire, drive nails in your head, dancing glass of hot coals?" I said, "Sure, why not?"
Sounded like
So,
fun, huh?
sounded like fun to me. To me, it was more economic. Now I'm the oldest sword swallower in the world that still does the working acts. I do all of them but one, the human ostrich. I got no teeth. So I can't eat glass or razor blades or chains or net tacks, nails, stuff like that no more. But I've done that too. But I could teach, and now I make my money teaching as well as building props. And during the seasonal work, I work with Ward Hall and Chris Christ doing their thing. There was only one other sword swallower that was capable of swallowing broad swords and car axles, and his name was Arthur Plumoff. He was from Arkansas in 1954, and I am the only one that swallows a car axle again.
Speaking of car axles, that came about by a bet with a gentleman by the name of John Strong.
Well, that was one of the car axles. The first car axle I gave away was originally owned by Arthur Plumoff, that Ward Hall and Chris gave me, and I gave it to the James Taylor of Shocked and Amazed, as well as the Palace of Wonders, which is a nightclub bar in Washington, D.C. The second axle I prepared to actually originally give it to Dan Mayer, but I could never get in contact with him or beat with him. So I had another one made up, and on my 40th year of swallowing swords, I swallowed the car axle in front of Doc Wilson. That's on my Facebook page as well as on my MySpace page. Me swallowing the car axle with Lady Diane, and Doc Wilson's in the audience with a camera in his face, and he doesn't wear the top hat all the time. He does a vaudeville medicine show routines, and then I landed up giving it to Todd Robbins, and John Strong said that he would like me to swallow the axle again. I says, "Well, it's rusty. It hasn't been used in 2 years." He says, "Well, how much do you want?" And I figured, well, him being a showman, I'd offer a fair price. I told him, "Give me a yard." $100, nothing. It's piss in the wind for most show owners. He says, "Okay." So I swallowed the axle for the last time. Pictures are there all over the place. Todd Robbins has the axle, and now John Strong still owes me the $100.
And how long ago was that?
This was 2007. I think it was 2007. Yeah, when we played the Houston Astrodome with a rodeo and barbecue and stuff like that. So
Sounds to me like John Strong needs to get on his showman attitude and pay up that money.
Yeah. I know his daddy already turned over half a dozen times in the grave already over some of this stuff. But
Anyway, are you going to swallow something for us?
This is one of my things that I use to stretch the throat out when I get ready to do the car axle, because it only goes down one side of the throat. You can watch the Adam's apple as it moves off to the one side.